S&P 500 is looking great and is pending a breakout to the upside. So the trigger point is the previous high at about 76.40. Okay, 76.40 is the pivot for the S&P 500 to break out and to trend higher. And regarding the immediate support, I've already drawn up this line right here. It's about 7,500, which we also discussed last week. So 7,500 is actually the new minor support lifted from 7,400 from here. So right after this breakout, the support became 7,500. As an axis line, the previous resistance here became a support. And this minor support has been tested a few times. So that's from the previous week, 2nd of July, Thursday, and last week, Wednesday. We also have a increasing of the localized increase of the supply. So slight increase, but what do we get? Attempt to go down. So there's an attempt to break below the 7,500, but what we have here is just the hammer. So that's the demand tail. So suggest that there's buyer showing up to defend the level 7,500, to defend this axis line. So which also makes sense. That's also constructive and confirm next day. Next day showing up as a bullish bar despite with a low volume and continuation to the upside, almost tested the previous swing high level. Seems relatively constructive, but eventually we still have another downswing and that's still coming down. And this is really just triggered by the US-Iran condition, the Strait of Hormuz. Now it's getting quite a lot of the drama in order to open that Strait of Hormuz. However, that is not a big deal if you consider this price action. Okay, well, in reality, that really is a big deal, but reflected in the chart here, I do think that the worst is already factored in, provided with decreasing of the supply, contraction of the volatility, and as long as 7,500 is holding up, the direction is likely to go up and to attempt a breakout of the previous high and to challenge the new targets. Okay, so higher targets for the S&P 500. So short term, this is still stuck within the trading range between 7,500 all the way to about 76, or can lift it up a bit higher to the previous high, 76.40. Sideways markets, so I do not want to just go into even smaller time frame to argue that right now this is a downswing, this is an upswing, and this is a downswing. If this is your time frame, then feel free to go into the lower time frame, the hourly time frame. Then you will see a clearer picture. The downtrend is intact and is still coming back down. So 7,500 is actually a good battlefield. So this is a good area for bull to get long. Okay, so to just buy near 7,500. So if there is a potential reversal at this 7,500 zone, this is a good level, good area to bet on a reversal. So something like the previous chart. So if we look at smaller time frame, for example, even the 15 minutes time frame. So for example, previously we have a fake breakdown. So this is the European London session. So active session, European London session. During the US market open, which is here, 9:30 p.m. my time zone, and suddenly just have a breakdown, break below 7,500. Volume is consistently high, but fail to break below and commit below that's the non-regular trading hours. That's the low that's actually formed by the European London session, and eventually just reverse. So this sort of the reversal is tradable. um, so at least this bar right here and all the way into this, and eventually just tested this level as well, breaking out and have another upswing. So this is something like day trading, okay, and eventually that's just yeah, just become a zigzag, okay, and stop right at this original selling point initiated from the European London session. So it just stopped there, and that actually become another level. If we just zoom out and take a look here, okay, so if we draw this level, so that's actually another level that's been tested. So this is quite an important level, probably marked as a origin of the selling zone, and attempt to break out, tested, reversal. So this zone actually become support. So let me just use the trading view line. So that's actually the support, and here is a reversal going back up. So if later there is also another attempt to come down, break below, here could be also another zone to go long. Okay, but anyway, that's just a different trading time frame for day trading. So back to the daily chart. So short term consolidation between 7500 all the way to about 7640. So supply has been decreasing, suggesting that this is just a situation waiting for the aggressive demand to show up. So right now is holding up the gain with decreasing of the supply. That is constructive. And what we need to have here is a breakout with increasing of the demand. So at least I need to have something like this. So the volume spike, not necessarily this high, but I think something along the previous consistent demand. Okay, that will be a lot better to push a price out.